Ladies and gentlemen, there is a hidden power in being alone. Not loneliness, not isolation, but true solitude, the kind that allows you to turn inward, to create, and to shape your reality. The world constantly seeks to pull you outward, distracting you with noise, obligations, and opinions. But when you step away, even for a moment, you enter a sacred space where transformation begins. In solitude, you are no longer bound by the limitations of the external world. Here, your imagination is free. Here, you mold your future not by force but by conviction. The greatest minds, the most profound breakthroughs were birthed not in the chaos of crowds, but in the stillness of self-reflection. Your inner world is the workshop where the unseen becomes reality. What you assume about yourself in your quiet moments dictates what the world reflects back to you. If you sit in solitude and assume power, confidence, and abundance, the universe has no choice but to yield to your vision. Being alone is not a curse, it is an opportunity. It is a moment to reshape your identity, to rewrite the script of your life. Instead of fearing solitude, embrace it. Instead of seeking validation, create your own. When you master the art of being alone, you master the art of creation itself. The world does not respond to wishful thinking, it responds to the convictions you hold in your heart when no one is watching. So go into solitude, not as an escape, but as an ascension. There, in the quiet chambers of your mind, your new reality is waiting for you to claim it. In a world that constantly demands connection, many fear solitude, mistaking it for loneliness or isolation. But true solitude is not about being cut off from others. It is about reconnecting with yourself. When you embrace solitude, you step away from external noise and distractions, allowing your mind to settle into stillness. This stillness is not emptiness. It is a fertile ground where ideas, insights, and self-awareness flourish. It is within this space that you discover who you truly are, beyond the expectations, labels, and influences of society. Solitude grants you the rare gift of self-mastery. When you are alone, there is no one to impress, no roles to play, no need to seek approval. You are free to reflect deeply on your desires, emotions, and beliefs. In these quiet moments, you can examine the patterns of your thoughts and recognize which ones serve you and which ones limit you. Without the opinions of others clouding your judgment, you gain clarity about your path in life. This inner clarity transforms your actions, making them more intentional and aligned with your true purpose. Many of history's greatest thinkers, artists, and leaders found their most profound inspiration in solitude. From inventors to spiritual seekers, solitude has been the birthplace of revolutionary ideas. It is in those moments of deep reflection that creativity ignites and vision expands. When you are constantly surrounded by the energy and opinions of others, your mind becomes cluttered. But in solitude, your thoughts become sharper, your imagination becomes bolder, and your ability to manifest your desires grows stronger. Solitude is not a retreat from life, it is a return to your creative source. Beyond creativity and clarity, solitude also strengthens your inner power. It teaches you to rely on yourself emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. When you become comfortable in your own presence, you stop seeking external validation. You no longer need distractions to escape your thoughts, nor do you depend on others to define your worth. You develop an unshakable confidence that comes from knowing that everything you need is already within you. This self-reliance becomes the foundation upon which you build a life of purpose, fulfillment, and success. To embrace solitude is to embrace power. It is the space where you regain control over your thoughts, reset your energy, and realign with your true self. It is not a place of loneliness, but a sanctuary of transformation. When you cultivate a deep, enriching relationship with yourself, you carry an inner strength that no external force can shake. Solitude is not something to fear, it is a gift, a secret door to self-discovery and the key to unlocking your highest potential. Everything you experience in life is first formed in the mind. Your imagination is not just a place for daydreams or idle fantasies, it is the creative force that shapes your reality. Before anything can exist in the physical world, it must first be conceived in thought. The house you live in, the technology you use, the opportunities that come your way, all were once ideas in someone's mind. The same principle applies to your own life. The way you see yourself, the way you perceive your circumstances, and the assumptions you hold all determine what unfolds in your reality. Your imagination is the architect of your destiny. Every time you visualize an outcome and accept it as real within your mind, you set the stage for its manifestation. If you constantly imagine failure, rejection, or limitation, life will reflect those beliefs back to you. But if you use your imagination to see yourself succeeding, thriving, and receiving abundance, you begin to reshape your external world. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It simply responds to the dominant images and beliefs you impress upon it. Many people allow their past experiences and current circumstances to dictate their future. They look at their present situation and assume it is permanent. But reality is fluid. It bends to the power of assumption. When you close your eyes and deliberately construct a new vision for your life, you begin the process of change. If you can persist in that vision, if you can see yourself as the person you wish to be and feel it as real, life will rearrange itself to match that inner conviction. Your imagination is not bound by logic, circumstances, or limitations. It is infinite, unrestricted, and powerful beyond measure. The moment you recognize that your inner world determines your outer world, you gain control over your destiny. You are not at the mercy of fate or chance. You are the creator of your experience. Every great achievement, every transformation, every breakthrough begins in the mind. When you master your imagination, you master your life. Dare to imagine boldly. See yourself living the life you desire, achieving your highest goals, and becoming the person you are meant to be. Do not wait for the world to change before you believe in a new reality. Change your inner world first, and the outer world will follow. Your imagination is your greatest power, and when used with intention, it becomes the force that turns dreams into reality. Look around at your life, your relationships, your finances, your health, your opportunities. Everything you see is a mirror reflecting the thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions you hold within. The world does not happen to you. It happens through you. Your dominant state of mind shapes the events, people, and experiences that appear in your life. If you constantly expect struggle, struggle will show up. If you assume success, the path to success will unfold before you. The outer world simply echoes what is deeply rooted in your consciousness. Your mind is like a projector, and the world is the screen. If you do not like what is being displayed, you do not try to change the screen, you change the film inside the projector. In the same way, if your life is not reflecting what you desire, you must shift your internal state. This means transforming your habitual thoughts, the emotions you dwell in, and the beliefs you reinforce every day. The moment you elevate your inner world, choosing thoughts of abundance, confidence, and peace, you will see your external circumstances begin to align accordingly. Most people believe they must change external conditions first in order to feel better inside. They think, once I have more money, I will feel abundant, or once I meet the right person, I will feel loved. But this approach is backwards. Reality responds to your inner state, not the other way around. If you cultivate the feeling of abundance now, opportunities will appear to match that feeling. If you radiate self-love and worthiness, you will attract relationships that reflect those qualities. Life does not bring you what you want, it brings you what you are. This truth is both empowering and humbling. It means that every experience in your life, whether joyful or challenging, is revealing something about your internal world. Instead of resisting unwanted situations, use them as feedback. Ask yourself, what beliefs created this? What assumptions am I holding that allow this to persist? When you take full responsibility for your inner state, you regain control over your reality. You are no longer a victim of circumstances, you become the creator of them. Change begins within. If you desire a new reality, do not wait for the world to shift. Shift yourself first. The moment you start thinking, feeling, and believing in alignment with your desires, the external world will have no choice but to reflect that back to you. It has always been this way, and it will always be this way. You are the cause, and life is the effect. Growth does not happen in the noise of the world. It happens in the quiet moments when you are alone with yourself. Solitude is not about isolation. It is about self-discovery. It is in those moments of deep reflection that transformation begins. Without distractions, without the influence of others, you come face to face with your own thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. You begin to see yourself clearly, not as the world has labeled you, but as you truly are. This awareness is the first step toward change. When you step away from the opinions and expectations of others, you gain the freedom to redefine yourself. In solitude, you are no longer bound by societal roles, past failures, or external pressures. You have the space to ask the most important questions. Who am I? What do I truly desire? What kind of life do I want to create? It is in this space of self-inquiry that new possibilities emerge. The answers do not come from the outside world. They come from within. True transformation requires deep inner work, and that work can only be done when you turn inward. Solitude gives you the chance to observe your thoughts, recognize limiting beliefs, and replace them with empowering ones. It is in solitude that you can visualize a new version of yourself and feel the reality of your dreams before they manifest. The more time you spend in this state of self-creation, the faster your external world begins to reflect your inner changes. Many people resist solitude because they are afraid of what they will find. They fill their days with distractions to avoid facing their own thoughts. But the truth is, the discomfort that arises in solitude is not something to escape, it is something to embrace. It is a sign that there is work to be done, that there are old patterns to release and new beliefs to adopt. The moment you stop running from yourself and start sitting with yourself, transformation begins. The greatest shifts in life happen when you are alone, when you dare to confront your own mind, and when you consciously choose to create a new reality. Solitude is not emptiness. It is the birthplace of all change. It is where you let go of the past, rewrite your story, and step into the person you were always meant to be. If you seek transformation, do not look for it in the world. Look for it in the silence within you. Many people associate being alone with loneliness, as if solitude is something to be avoided or feared. But solitude is not isolation. It is a sacred space where you meet yourself, free from distractions and external expectations. When you learn to embrace being alone, you tap into a deep well of inner strength, creativity, and clarity. You begin to understand that true fulfillment does not come from external validation, but from the connection you cultivate with yourself. Solitude is an opportunity, not a punishment. It allows you to step back from the noise of the world and listen to your own thoughts, unfiltered and unshaped by others. In these quiet moments, you can reflect on your desires, question old beliefs, and gain insight into who you truly are. The more comfortable you become in your own presence, the more you realize that you do not need constant distractions or company to feel whole. You are already complete within yourself. The fear of being alone often comes from the belief that we need others to feel secure, happy, or validated. But when you embrace solitude, you discover that your happiness does not depend on anyone or anything outside of you. You begin to develop self-reliance, learning to fill your own cup rather than expecting others to do it for you. This self-sufficiency brings a quiet confidence. When you are at peace with yourself, no external circumstances can shake you. Solitude also fuels self-discovery and transformation. When you are constantly surrounded by people, their opinions and expectations shape your decisions, often pulling you away from your true path. But when you are alone, you have the freedom to explore your passions, strengthen your intuition, and align your life with your deepest purpose. Many of the greatest minds in history, visionaries, artists, and philosophers, found their greatest insights in solitude. It is in this space that creativity thrives and profound realizations unfold. Instead of fearing solitude, embrace it as a powerful tool for growth and self-mastery. Use it to recharge, to reflect, and to realign with your highest self. Understand that being alone does not mean you are lonely. It means you are in the perfect space to create, to heal, and to step into your true power. Solitude is not a void. It is a doorway to the deepest parts of yourself, waiting to be explored. What you deeply believe about yourself and the world determines the life you experience. Your convictions, those unwavering assumptions you hold as truth, act as the blueprint for your destiny. Whether you believe in success or failure, abundance or lack, love or rejection, life will reflect those beliefs back to you. It does not matter what you wish for. What matters is what you know to be true in the depths of your mind. The strongest convictions are not formed in moments of fleeting hope, but in the quiet certainty of your inner world. Conviction is more than just positive thinking. It is an unshakable inner knowing. It is the difference between hoping something will happen and knowing it must happen. When you hold a belief with absolute certainty, the world has no choice but to conform to it. This is why two people in the same situation can have completely different outcomes. One expects success and finds opportunities, while the other expects failure and meets obstacles at every turn. Your experiences will always match the assumptions you carry within. Most people allow circumstances to dictate their beliefs, but true power comes when you reverse this process. Instead of looking at the world and saying, "This is my reality, so this is what I must accept," train yourself to say, "This is my belief, and reality must follow." The moment you shift your convictions, your external world begins to rearrange itself. This is not wishful thinking. This is a fundamental law of life. What you assume to be true consistently will harden into fact. Your convictions influence not only what you attract, but also how you act. A person who truly believes they are destined for greatness will walk, speak, and make decisions differently from someone who believes they are doomed to struggle. Your habits, choices, and energy are all shaped by what you expect for yourself. When you hold the conviction that success, love, and abundance are already yours, you naturally align with the actions and mindset that bring them into reality. If you want to change your destiny, change your convictions. Do not let old beliefs shaped by past experiences continue to dictate your future. Choose your beliefs intentionally. Assume the identity of the person you wish to become, and hold to that assumption with absolute certainty. The moment you fully embody a conviction, reality bends to match it. Your destiny is not written by chance. It is written by the truths you hold within. The greatest power you will ever possess is the ability to control yourself, your thoughts, emotions, reactions, and beliefs. Most people spend their lives trying to control the external world, believing that happiness, success, and peace come from changing circumstances. But the truth is, mastery over life begins with mastery over self. When you learn to govern your inner world, the outer world falls into alignment. Your mind, not your environment, is the true architect of your reality. Self-mastery starts with awareness. You must first observe your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors without judgment. Are you ruled by fear, doubt, or external opinions? Or do you operate from a place of confidence, clarity, and purpose? Most people react unconsciously to life, allowing circumstances to dictate their emotions and decisions. But those who master themselves do not live by reaction. They live by intention. They choose their thoughts deliberately, control their emotions skillfully, and act with unwavering purpose. Discipline is the foundation of self-mastery. To shape your life, you must first shape your habits. The discipline to control your focus, to silence negative self-talk, and to persist in the face of obstacles is what separates those who thrive from those who struggle. When you develop mastery over your mind, you gain control over your actions. When you gain control over your actions, you dictate the course of your life. The external world is only ever a reflection of the level of mastery you have achieved within. Mastery of self also means mastering your emotions. Most people allow fleeting feelings to dictate their state of mind, making them victims of circumstance. But true power comes when you can remain calm in chaos, focused in uncertainty, and unwavering in your vision. Emotional control does not mean suppression. It means understanding that emotions are temporary, and you have the power to rise above them. When you no longer react impulsively but instead respond consciously, you become unstoppable. The moment you take full responsibility for your inner world, you take full control over your destiny. The more you refine your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, the more life bends to your will. True success is not about conquering the world, it is about conquering yourself. Once you master the way you think, feel, and act, nothing outside of you can shake you. Master yourself, and you will master life. Solitude is often misunderstood. Many see it as an escape, a retreat from the world, a place to hide when life becomes overwhelming. But true solitude is not about running away. It is about rising above. It is in solitude that you ascend beyond limitations, beyond distractions, beyond the noise of the world. It is where you meet your highest self, unshackled from the expectations and opinions of others. In solitude, you do not shrink, you expand. To ascend means to elevate your mind, your awareness, and your understanding of yourself. In solitude, you gain clarity that is impossible to find when surrounded by constant stimulation. When you are alone, you can hear your own thoughts without interference. You begin to see patterns in your thinking, recognize the assumptions shaping your life, and refine the vision of who you truly are. This is not escapism, this is transformation. It is an intentional step towards self-mastery. Solitude strips away distractions, forcing you to confront your inner world. This is why many fear being alone. They are afraid of what they might find, but growth begins when you face yourself. In solitude, you have the space to heal old wounds, dissolve limiting beliefs, and construct a new identity based on your highest vision. This process is not about withdrawing from life, but preparing to engage with it from a place of strength, wisdom, and purpose. Many of the greatest minds in history, philosophers, spiritual leaders, visionaries, embraced solitude not to escape, but to ascend. They understood that solitude is where deep insights are born, where creative breakthroughs emerge, and where personal revolutions begin. It is the place where dreams are crystallized and new realities are imagined. The higher your thoughts ascend, the higher your life follows. Solitude is not emptiness. It is the space where greatness is cultivated. Do not fear solitude. Do not resist the call to be alone with yourself. It is not a retreat from the world. It is a return to your essence. It is where you align with your true power, where you reconnect with the creative force within you, When you embrace solitude as a path to ascension, you no longer seek distractions, you seek elevation. And once you rise within, the world outside will rise to meet you. Embrace solitude not as an escape, but as an elevation. See it as the sacred space where transformation begins, where your imagination shapes reality, where your convictions define your destiny. When you master your inner world, the outer world has no choice but to follow. The journey of self-discovery is not found in the noise of the world, but in the silence within. Do not fear being alone. Embrace it. For in that solitude you will find clarity, you will find strength, you will find yourself. And when you emerge, you will not be the same. You will rise with a vision unshaken, a mind renewed, and a spirit unstoppable. Master yourself, and you will master life. Ascend within, and the world will rise to meet you.